Hey, what's up? I will get straight to it. So I like today's video. I like the topic at least. I hope you do. I'm gonna show you how to get more sales by getting people to say no. And so here's an example of how it might be used. The cat that washes our cars, he's real slick with this. So what will happen is I'll pull up, right? And I want like a basic car wash. So I'm like, hey man, you know what? I just want to get a basic wash. He's like, okay, man, cool. And they'll start, talking to me and we'll start chopping it up a little bit. And then as we start winding down with our entertaining small talk and be like, okay, man, so I'm just going to wash your car and those wheels look terrible, man. Let me clean those as well. But you don't want anything else, do you? And then me, I'm like, no, 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 that's good. But what happened? I waited there to get a basic car wash. He ends up upselling me cleaning the wheels. He upsold that. And then he tells me, but you don't want anything else, do you? And so I just say, no, I'm good. But by saying, no, I'm good, I accepted the upsell of cleaning the wheels. This is ninja shit. You feel what I'm saying here? Like, this is good. And I know what he's doing. It's a game recognized game. And I like it so much. I'm like, yo, I just go with it. I don't even tell him that I know what he's doing because I just like it. I like him because he's so smooth. He's so slick with it. But it's so lethal. By the way, my name is Chris Gray. I'm a husband, father, entrepreneur. I make these videos. So I'm trying to connect with other business owners. And I want to give you stuff that's working for us right now. So hopefully it helps you make more money. So here is how I use that when I'm closing a client. Let's take the agency, for example. I'm sitting there, I'm about to close a client, and I'll say, and I'll be reviewing what services are best for them. And I'll have like, I don't know, 5 of them, right? So I'll say, hey, based on what you told us you wanted to do, you need services 1, 2, and 3. But you don't want services 4 or 5, do you? And they're like, no, 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 no. And then we move forward. What happened? By saying no to services 4 and 5, they said yes to services 1, 2, and 3. Does that make sense? I hope you're following what's happening here, because man, this stuff is deadly once you really get good with it. See, this is the thing. We are wired to say no. We want to say no real quick because it protects us. We're not taking risk when we say no. So now this is a way of using that and turning it on its head. I do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is like, you're fighting somebody, they do some crazy stuff. Next thing you know, you're tapping out. You're like, what the hell just happened? This is a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu way of closing a sale. You get them to commit to your offer or whatever you're giving them by having them say no to some other stuff that you're trying to sell them. And again, I can't emphasize it enough. It works like, I don't know what, man. When you really dial in there, it's great. I've seen car salesmen or car finance guys do this with warranties. And so you'll have, like, if you go get a new car and you're sitting down the finance guy and he or she's trying to upsell you on warranties, they have like 6 different warranties, like at minimum 6 different warranties. And you would be just amazing if you could sell all 6, but chances are you're not selling all 6 warranties. That's unicorn stuff, right? You're probably at best going to sell 1 to 3. Chances are you're going to only sell 1 to 2. So the killer who sells warranties understands this. And what they'll do is the same thing that I do when I'm talking to my clients and what they really want. Finance guys talk to you about what you're looking for, what kind of warranty or what you're looking for, and what you want with your car and long-term type stuff. And once they understand that, they'll say, okay, so based on what you told me, I think the warranties 1 and 2 would do really good, but you probably don't want warranties 3, 4, 5, and 6, do you? What are you gonna say? No. And they're gonna move forward. Don't get me wrong, this is not 100% thing. It's not always gonna work, but that approach of offering up what's gonna be best for them and then getting them to say no to the rest, by getting them to say no to the rest, they've said yes to warranties 1 and 2, as opposed to going there and just trying to sell them on warranties 1 and 2 and get them to say yes to that. It's going to be a much harder sell. It's an uphill sell. Getting them to say no, and then by default committing to the previous options is a much better way to sell it. I gave you some specific examples, but don't get caught up in the specific examples. Look at the principle, because this can be done in many different ways. Here's the last example I'll give you. I think one of the ways it's done is, I've done e-com stuff a lot, sold a fair amount of things. And one thing that we noticed is, let's say you're selling some electronics, some high price electronic. Like if you bought a laptop or any expensive piece of equipment online, when you go through the checkout process and you get kind of towards the end, what comes up in front of you? it's typically some kind of warranty, right? Some kind of protection service. And most of the times, I mean, I never buy that stuff. Do you? No. So what we do is we say no, and then we continue and we check out, and we think nothing of it. But what we don't realize is by saying no to that warranty, we've already said yes and committed to the purchase of the laptop. Just because you start the purchase of the laptop doesn't mean you're going to finish it. I've seen this. If you just get somebody to go through some kind of a purchase and then there's no warranty, no option for them to say no, the percentage of having higher add to carts with no purchase increases. But when you throw in something at the end that allows them to say no, the percentage of add to carts that don't lead to a purchase decreases. There's something happening subconsciously that when we say no to something and there was something previous before that, we then say yes to it. Very powerful principle. I've seen it play out in many different ways. It even happens with flights. And I won't go down the rabbit hole too much. When you go through a flight, what do they ask you at the end? Do you want a protection plan? Right? You say no. By saying no, you go ahead and finish that process. I bet you had the data. They removed that. I bet you they would have more checkouts that didn't complete than they do when they actually say no. It's just a very, very powerful principle. I don't know why. I don't have all the psychological stuff, but I've seen it work. I've seen it work in many different ways. And so open your mind. Look at your business, what you sell and what you do. How can you get somebody to commit to your product or your service by getting them to say no to something else? Anyways, I hope this helps. Have a good one. Peace. Hey, yo, real quick before you go, if you're liking this, I am forming a community of business owners that I vibe with. I haven't formed it yet, but I am forming it. And if you're interested in joining that community, it's going to be for free. But if you're interested in joining it, go to this channel, like my channel or whatever. And there should be an about section. If you go to that about section within my channel, you should see my email there. Just send me an email and let me know. Send me a message. And if you're a good fit and we vibe, then when that community gets formed, you can join it. Again, the community is free. I just want to make sure that we have the right people in there. And then also, if you're liking these videos, please like and subscribe. I don't really care about it blowing up. It's just what it does is when you like and subscribe, and if me and you are aligned, then other people like me and you will have an opportunity to see these videos, and then we can grow the group further. And again, the point of that group is for all of us to make money. We all have different strengths. We'll create a community, or I want to create a community where we take those strengths and help each other make money. Anyways, I hope this helps. I appreciate it. See you. Bye.